It is a triple play on the KNR Breakfast as we jump into the third and final hour of the show. This one is Obrikwana and Black Diamond Fireworks. And before this one, we had Zonke and Feelings. And before that one, it was R. Kelly and Step in the Name of Love. At exactly 10 after the hour of 8 o'clock. My goodness. It is 10 past the hour of 8 o'clock on the KNR Breakfast. And we've got Lwanda in studio. Welcome, Lwanda. Good morning. How are you this morning?
Molwen, good morning. Good morning to you, Lisha LT, and good morning to our streamers, listeners, viewers. Yeah, silap, sabasati.
And how's the weather treating you?
Not good.
Nah.
I love the cold, hate the rain.
Okay.
Oh, my look what all.
Hate hot weather. I'm ilanga. You are.
I am the direct opposite. I'm quintessential summer baby. I love the heat.
Same.
I love the heat.
Yeah, it was my birthday last week.
Oh, so happy belated.
I'm winter.
Yeah.
And the other than the in winter. It's geography. I got it land on that school.
And are you the geography that we were
years ago? But yeah.
Okay, well, we've figured the weather out. Lwanda is a winter person, and then LT is all about heat. I'm all about heat as well. We're going straight into what we're talking about this morning, Lwanda, which is how to manage allergies during winter. Now, we are live on Facebook, just in case you're wondering, so you can go check us out on Facebook right now and keep the tabs, okay? If you want to dial in, it's 066-137-2723. Every single Wednesday, we've got Lwanda in studio where he's going to be answering our pharmaceutical questions that we have and anything that is confusing to us. Now, winter is fast approaching. Actually, today is winter. Our chef said, you know what? I woke up and it's winter.
Yeah, so it's winter.
It's winter. Do we want to know how to manage our allergies during this season that we're on? Lwanda, our first question to you is, what over-the-counter antihistamines is the word, or nasal sprays would you recommend for winter allergies?
I wouldn't. Yeah, trick question.
Hectic.
So, amayeza are scheduled. You will learn this the most TED.
Okay.
You have Schedule 0 medication that is available at the supermarket and also at your fuel station.
Okay.
It's available there, but it's also controlled in terms of quantities.
Okay.
So when you want those headache pills at the fuel station, they will only have the 2s. I'm making an example.
Okay.
And then at the supermarket, it will come in 16s, 12s, 24s.
Okay.
But then at the pharmacy, even though it's Schedule 0, it can't go up to a certain quantity. Then only when you get to the pharmacy, you'll have like the 38s and whatever, 100s. Schedule 1 is only available at the pharmacy. Schedule 0 and Schedule 1 medicines may be advertised. You'll see them on TV. You'll see them on billboards and that sort of thing.
Sure.
And even non-scheduled medication will be there. Schedule 2 medicines and above are not to be seen on TV, and Lwanda is not supposed to speak about them on radio.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
Yeah, so self-medication, I am not going to be able to mention price. I'm not going to be able to mention names.
Sure. So
uyakwazi kodwa ukuthetha no pharmacist when it comes to allergies, to help you with an allergy cream that will help with the itch, or what we call pruritus. Fancy words.
Pruritus.
Pruritus, which means itching.
Okay.
So you can get a cream for that. You can get pills for that. Popular one is the ones in the yellow box.
Okay.
But you can get even better.
Okay.
The price also says they're better.
Okay.
Pills, creams. And like you said, sometimes it goes off like a nasal spray, depending on what other symptoms
you have. Exactly, which leads me to my second question is, how do I tell, or how can somebody tell if the symptoms that they have are from allergies or a cold or a flu?
Okay, so xa sithetha nge-allergies, we have to dab into sincinde kwesinye isitya esingapha ekuthiwa yi-immunology.
Okay.
Right. So xa sithetha nge-immunology, we're talking the immune system. Talking the immune system, there's always an invader. You have your immune system that's sitting there and protecting you, then there's something else that invades. The word that is going to be used xa kuthethwa infectious disease is like a pathogen. So kungena TB or malaria. So it's
Sure.
a pathogen, it's going to cause disease. And then with allergies, kungena an antigen. It can be something as silly as pollen from a plant.
Sure.
It can be an egg. It can be, like protein from an egg, from peanuts. Anything else really that people are allergic to, depending on So that antigen elicits a response from the immune system. So which means the immune system is alarmed.
Sure.
This doesn't happen with everyone, but it happens with you, lomdu, that is allergic to this thing.
Yes.
That all the beams go off and they're like, hey, security, there's something that's wrong here.
Yeah.
And then your immune system starts to release all of these security measures. So immunoglobulins up and so forth that go and try to protect itself from this antigen. Class allergy is this hyper reaction. There's a way that the immune system is supposed to react, but the person who's allergic, it just does it overboard, And then there's like all these inflammatory markers and all over, right? Yeah. So the is histamine. Histamine that is being released and causing this inflammation.
Sure.
Any part can get inflamed. It can be your lungs, it can be your tongue, it can be the skin, So CAKC these localized areas. So but then imagine where the tongue is inflamed and it blocks the airways and
yes.
Imagine where the lungs get inflamed, which is like in the case of someone with asthma.
Yeah.
And you cannot breathe. So moya ungeni and Lomdu might actually end up dying.
Sure.
So that's why we're calling these tablets antihistamines, because they block the histamine that causes the inflammation and all these other things. Yeah, I'm not sure if the Kwazilu pendulum.
Yeah. I get it. I think from that we get that allergies, it is more of a you thing, hey, and it's more of something that's got to do with your immune system as
problem.
well. Yeah.
So you were asking about uza separated
from cold and flu.
Again, I don't think people should burden themselves with these kind of things. Wena uyagula. Your responsibility. Go see the nurse. Go see the pharmacist. Go see the doctor. Okay? But uzas understand that the person with allergies will not have this question, because this happens.
Yeah.
When it's this kind of season, this happens.
Yes.
And that's I don't have flu. This is sinusitis.
Okay.
Because I don't have a temperature, I'm not coughing, but yes, I can feel that my sinuses are blocked and angikwazi uphefumula. But don't mistake this. Angakwazi nokulungisa wena as the doctor, nurse, jalo jalo, because uqhelile umzimba wakho uyayazi, uzakuxelela into yoba no, le nto mna ndinayo oko.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you would tell the difference, that the flu symptoms would be absent and uzabazeze nje allergy.
Yeah.
And again, we are assuming allergies around the eyes, nose, throat. But I mean, if it's an allergy that has to do with the skin, then again, that person is not going to even mistake it for flu.
Yeah. And is it possible to develop allergies, Lwanda, at like a later stage in life, when it comes to allergies that are around your eyes and your nose and flu-like kind of allergies? Is it possible to...
Or asthma or eczema even.
Later on in life?
Yeah.
Hectic. There's no particular cause, it just happens.
So it's not because when they into tile. We usually link allergies to your DNA, your genetic makeup.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes, exposure to some chemicals might have a delayed type of allergic reaction.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, but that's complicated science and but iyenzeka loo nto leyo umuntu akhule sithi hayi mina bendingena asthma and then later on in life athi hayi man, you know, ungumntu ngoku we-asthma. I'm mentioning that because asthma is closely linked. Nangona sizawuthi it's a disease condition, but it's closely linked to le nto sithetha ngayo yala immunology and allergies.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Got it. You spoke about itching that someone would get because of allergies. What do you think is the best way to relieve dry, itchy skin that is caused by winter allergies?
To use an emollient, usually. I know zikhona izinto zimane zibhalwa uba for oily, for dry skin and azispan, yeah. Faka oil, like faka amafutha, faka, you know, if it's gonna be a cream and it says for dry skin, it's most likely not gonna work. I know zikhona ezinye ezitheni because the science you're going to cream is that it is water based. So when you are a lay person, you know, and the word cream, gel, lotion comes up, they're probably the same thing.
Okay.
But when you are a chemist or a pharmacist, they're not the same thing. A foam means that basebenzise certain chemicals. Ozaziyo. If they say cream, you're like, oh, then it's water based. If they say ointment, then you're like, okay, this is oil based. If they say gel, all these things are different.
Gel, is it water based?
Yes.
Okay.
So as a farmer. So the percentages change. Where maybe for a cream you're looking at an 80-20 percentage, for a gel, yeah. So I would say someone with dry skin, stick with something like an ointment.
Like an ointment.
Yeah.
All right. And are there like any home remedies that people can just quickly jump to as soon as they experience a winter allergy?
Not that I can think of.
Nah. And then
not that I can think of.
Ezi zibane ezivela ko-Pinterest kuthiwa dibanisa amanzi esinki ne-honey and all of those stuff.
It's got LT.
I just see these things. I don't use them. I just see these things with cayenne pepper and garlic. Fucking a feta cheese.
Cucumber, garlic, lemon, itswele, what else? Cayenne pepper. Which is not false.
Okay.
So plants have something called alkaloids. They have elements in them that work together. They're like a community. When I give you a pill has a single active ingredient that I know works for 1, 2, maybe 3 and 4.
Sure.
But usually just works for 1. Yeah. A plant has alkaloids that do 20 different things.
Okay.
Yeah, and over time, as scientists, to say I can extract something from this plant. I've heard that the plant helps with flu. Can I extract something out of it? And then as soon as you take just the one part, ingasebenzi because kuzisebenze kufuneka zisebenze so 100 as alkaloids is phayana. But again, complicated science.
Yeah.
And abantu bayazama to separate and extract these things and make sure that they carry their properties. Besithethe polymorphism up the other day. Sithetha about how something will morph or change because of temperature.
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah.
So you find then that xana uye wathatha a part of the plant ingayisebenzisi with the other one, then it just doesn't work altogether because
I see.
Those kind of things. So it's not untrue then that izawunceda with many different things because zininzi ezinto zilapha.
Sure. Yeah. I get it. And then we've got stuff like indoor allergens. I think LT spoke about it earlier that he suffers from blankets. Like every time he puts blankets on himself, I don't know what happens. He swells. Yeah. What happens, LT?
There's just a blockage everywhere. My eyes swell up.
Yeah.
My nose will be blocked, be itchy and dry throat. Yeah, it's just... Yeah.
So those are indoor allergens like dust mites, mold, and pet dander. So how do I make sure that I reduce those during winter?
Yeah. Xa sithetha ngamayeza, sithetha nge-active pharmaceutical ingredient.
Okay.
You have a brand name, then there's what in this tablet is actually making this work, what is giving the therapeutic effect.
Okay.
So yintoni lisezingubeni zika-LT? Right? So we have to find the element.
Yes.
When you do that, then you can change it. So
Uh-huh.
you stop using the word blanket and you start saying wool.
Wool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
And now you know that LT is allergic to wool.
Ah.
You can still use a blanket, but the blanket must be 100% cotton.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And you'll see that certain hotels, bezisebenzisa, you know, imiqamelo must say do all kinds of things with the pillow to stuff it. you know.
Yeah.
And then abanye abantu ke bafake feathers.
Yes.
And uyazazi into yoba hey xa ndilele hotel andibikho right, but awuyazi uba yintoni na because unomqamelo kwakho nasehotele banomqamelo. It's the feathers, you know, and then abanye kufakwe ii-feathers in the duvet inner, you know. So those kind of things. Uyazi ngola hlobo by knowing by yintoni na leya. And you don't go your whole life saying, ndifuna ingubo, you know. Then you can say,
which he does, by the way.
You can say, I need 100% cotton blanket because Ghana iyo ndiba grand.
Sure.
Or Egyptian don't
Egyptian cotton.
Yeah.
You know, but your body does not react to price. That's another thing. So you might not be able to eat indwe turayo, or you might not be able. So kuthatha is a contact dermatitis as being introduced to the antigen can be through ingestion. So or you know, you clearly on your nose, that kind of thing, or through your eyes, or it can be just contact, which is in your case that and then I start itching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that.
And that's that. I always have to try to
Reel it in.
I get it.
Yeah, like limit.
Yeah.
There's like a lot to say. You know, we're taking chapters and chapters and we're crashing them into like simple sentences.
Yeah. I get it, Lwanda. You're doing a fantastic job with that. Are there allergy medications that are safe for abantwana and pregnant women or seniors?
Your pregnant women, probably they would have to use something topical depending on their symptoms. But most antihistamines are also contraindicated in pregnancy.
Okay.
And antihistamines are not to be taken by neonates. So umdana that's 0 to 30, 31 days is a neonate.
Okay.
And then after 1 month to 12 months, that's an infant. And then older than that is a toddler.
Okay.
So you'll see most packaging for antihistamines will say from 6 years of age. The trick here is that antihistamines cross something called the blood-brain barrier.
Okay.
So unegazi elihambayo in your brain, and there's a barrier that means elagazi never meets with your brain. But abantu siyabazi bayazithatha i-antihistamines kuba besithi zizabozelisa bezimzekelo, you know, so ipilisi allergy le but yena uyithathela ubuthongo. That effect is happening because of the properties zala antihistamine lento siyithathayo ba iyawela ingene enhloko engqondweni okanye. So now we are not too sure about izawumosha okanye ngathini with a neonate, so we'd rather not give emntaneni omncinci.
So
a pediatrician here or doctor will make the decision, and nezinto ze long-term versus short-term use play a role. So umntana wakho is not 6 years of age and the pharmacist is still giving an antihistamine, but uthi ke ngoku pharmacist, no, I understand, but it's just for 5 days. You know? And zonke these danger things as by the way that might happen, I know they're not going to happen within this period. I'm just using it to manage lendo. Medical aids will not pay as well because izayikhabi medical aid itlo mntana mncinci akho fanele ba uyayisebenzisa lento. Ipilisi mzekelo ze nausea are also antihistamines. So uzawuthi ufuna iyeza lo umntana uyavomita ntoni charge on the medical aid ikhabe. Because umntana is less than 6, there's nje umzekelo apha ezinye medical aid ziyazifaka as a firewall.
Okay, so yes, there are medications that abantwana cannot use when it comes to fetching it from the pharmacy. Nabantu aba pregnant, nabantu abadala. When abadala nabo, there's stuff that they shouldn't use mostly.
Yeah, because kinetics, which is how your body processes the medication, change for a neonate, an infant, a toddler, and the elderly. Someone with liver function or liver failure or kidney failure, those kind of things, and based on other treatments lo muntu azisebenzisayo. So ifuneka apha i-pharmacist izokwenza yonke la maths.
Right. Yo, Lwanda, it's a lot of information that you've got over there. Literally, you are highlighting that the brain can really store in the entire book. Okay? Thank you, Lwanda. We appreciate when you are here on Wednesdays because we trust your knowledge, and we know that you've got your own pharmacy as well. Can you tell us more about that?
Lwanda has a pharmacy in Amalinda, on Amalinda Main Road. The pharmacy is called Lwanda's Pharmacy and Clinic. In a clinic that has a professional nurse, uzawukwazi uba akubophe pha izilonda, akujonge blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, blood sugar, all those kind of things. A lab, that kind of thing. So in clinic yethu in services azigcweleyo. Iza nawe ubuze and see if we can't help you.
Okay.
Yeah. The pharmacy is a standard community pharmacy, wheelchair friendly. We help abantu whether bazawubhatala cash, card, or medical aid. We are registered with most medical aids.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
These are big.
Yeah.
We've got it sorted. Yeah. We've got it sorted. Thank you so much, Lwanda. Hoping to see you next week again when we discuss another topic. On this one, you really have enlightened us when it comes to allergies and what medications to use and not to use. And I think the takeaway is should you assume that that you're allergic to something or you're reacting to something, just go and see the pharmacist to go and see what's wrong with you so that you can be treated directly and not assume and sit at home and use some home remedies.
Yes. Or sit at home and ask Lwanda.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So sitting at home is not an option at all.
Well, Lwanda has Ask Lwanda, which is a virtual platform.
Really?
So
what? I didn't know that.
What?
I didn't know that, Lwanda. You're everywhere.
Good morning, Noelle.
You're here, there, everywhere.
You're everywhere, Lwanda, and I like that. We wish you all the best when it comes to your business, and it's a very cold day, namhlanje, Wednesday morning. Hoping that you have a fantastic morning and a good day further. And thank you for being here. Thank you, Lwanda. Well, that was Lwanda. He comes in every single Wednesday in Pulapuli, wherever it is that you're tuning in from. Just know that it happens every single Wednesday. Different topics coming your way every week. And he's here to assist us according to his knowledge that he has as a pharmacist who is well above and beyond and, up there. He knows everything. I believe he does because I literally try and come up with questions that I think he's not going to be able to answer, but he does. And okay, I'm gonna check Lwanda on this one, but he gets it. So you know. Coming your way is Jamali on this one. It is Butterflies. It's literally a song that as South Africans love the most, and it just brings back those emotions and those feelings, man. Enjoy.